We're recording. Whenever you're ready.
Hello, welcome back to the AC Unit podcast.
Hello.
My name's Alyssa.
My name's Claudia.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Today we're talking about fandoms and how we were fangirls.
Oh, we're wicked nerds.
Yeah.
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 Since birth.
We're gonna talk about the ups and downs.
The all around.
The all arounds of fandoms.
Fandoms.
I've had my fair share.
Me too.
I have like a whole list.
So I was like, what are we talking about? And then she texted me a few hours later and was like, have you ever been a part of a fandom? And at first I was like, no. But then I thought about it and I was like, oh, wait, no, I have. And I've been a part of a lot, I guess.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, I always forget like movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Are also part
I'm
of
like
that.
thinking
Not
of
just
more
music
as we're
industry or anything like that, like whatever. But before we get into that,
Okay.
I have a hot take.
Okay. I think I know what it is.
Sorry. Okay, we're like literally
It's
crazy.
time for bitchin'.
Literally.
Bitchin'
So-
hour with Claudia.
Hi, what's up? It's me, bitching hour. If there's no sidewalk, don't walk on the street.
Boom.
Okay,
Levitate.
a week ago, I was driving home, and there was a mom, and probably her friend or her mother. I don't know.
Okay.
The other person was walking a dog, and the mom was not carrying a carriage, pushing a carriage with a
Okay.
baby inside. This is a street that has no sidewalks. People drive like assholes, like really fast.
So like a main road, pretty much.
Kind of, but it's a back road, but people are like really dumb. It's like an actual dangerous place to walk
Right.
anywhere,
Right.
ride bicycles anywhere. Like, you're an idiot, okay? That's all I gotta say. So basically what I'm saying is, if you put yourself in that situation, I don't care if you get hit by a car. What?
You're asking for it.
No, literally, you're asking for it. And they gave me a dirty look. And I'm like, first of all, yeah, I almost hit someone.
Really?
Because these idiots are in the middle of the road. They were in a blind spot.
Oh no.
And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Free country. Guess what? This country has sidewalks and parks you can go walk at. That is safe.
Right.
Where cars aren't driving over.
Right.
Bruh.
Right.
Be smart.
Bruh.
You have a dog and a child with you.
Right.
And you're asking for a death sentence walking in the middle of the freaking street with...
I just realized you got a nose piercing.
You just noticed this now? Bro, I've been sending you Snapchats of my face for the past week.
What?
I have a septum.
This? When did you get your septum pierced?
Like 2 Sundays ago.
What?
Right in the middle of my
You
rant.
asked me too, and I was like, no, don't do it.
And then I got sad and I was like, it.
It's like getting your hair cut, but just more extreme. You're like, I'm gonna get my septum pierced.
It's not that extreme. You can always take it out.
Yeah, but did it hurt?
Not that much. Not as
Okay.
much as my regular nose ring.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like...
why?
It was like the slightest pinch when they were going in, and then like going through like the middle of my nose did not hurt whatsoever.
Oh.
Like I felt nothing. It felt like someone was poking at it, you know.
What?
And then
Is
suddenly
that
when
normal,
they
or
got
are
to
you
the other
just,
side,
like weird?
when they got to the other side, it was like a bigger pinch. But it's because there's cartilage. It's not really anything.
Oh.
Your nose isn't bone. Like when you look at a skeleton, they don't got no nose.
But remember Rumesa had her side nose thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she used to, like, her eyes would tear up when she would take it out or put it in. Like, it was painful. Like, her eyes
That never
would
happens
well.
to me. That never happens
With your
to me.
side nose?
Yeah,
thing?
no.
What is that called? Is there a word
It's
for
a
that?
nose ring.
It's a nose ring, side nose.
My side nose ring.
Your nose
This is a
cheek.
septum. This is just a nose ring.
Okay.
I change this nose ring all the time. I can literally just move it
Don't
around like
do
that.
that.
It doesn't
It's scary.
hurt. It's fully healed, bro.
Okay.
And there's no like nothing. We're good.
It never fully healed. That's from Lord of the Rings.
One of my
God,
fandoms.
here we go.
So what I appreciate about bitching with Claudia is that I never know where it'll go.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
But all I say is, you walk in the middle of the street, you get hit. That's your issue. That's it.
Yeah.
You kind of deserve it. That's karma. Not kind of deserve it. The child and the dog don't deserve it. But the older people who have brains to make like a conscious decision.
Right.
You're stupid. Anyways, moving on. Anyways, getting into fandoms and fangirls.
Oh my God.
What is a fangirl? By Google's interpretation of fangirl.
Yes.
It's a female fan, especially one who is obsessive about comics, movies, music, or science fiction.
Would you
and
call
let's
yourself obsessive?
Also add in like music industry stuff with that.
Yeah.
And like obviously this is like fangirl is specific to girls who are fans, but fandoms are people within a huge group, a society. Joking, it's not society. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I like looked up the definition of fandom and it was basically the same.
Yes.
So, yes, obsessive.
Would you call yourself
Sometimes.
obsessive? Yes.
Not anymore.
No.
Like one great example would be like the fangirls for the Beatles at the time when they were like at their biggest.
Passing out and shit.
Yeah, been there, done that. No, I'm kidding. Never done that. Not for people, but I have because I was dehydrated.
Oh, jeez.
My body was actually like, I'm dying, and I'm like, ugh.
At a concert?
No, at the hospital. I literally passed out like 3 times in the hospital. They did nothing. My grandpa thought I was sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, Claudia, and I'm like,
you're in the Red Bull fandom. She has a tattoo to prove it. The fact, okay, if you told me in high school that Claudia Marie Nagalia.
Okay, like give everyone my information. Why don't you?
Social security number.
If
you would have told me that Miss Nagalia would have a tattoo like and it was not Harry Styles, but it was a Red Bull tattoo, I would have been like, what?
The addiction started when I started working at my job, okay?
You needed wings.
I needed wings.
For your job.
I might get wings soon. But it
Don't!
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm actually scared of death. I stayed up all night a few nights ago because I was scared of dying. Couldn't sleep. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die one day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was going into a spiral. Anyways, we're here. Living.
Oh, gosh. Don't get me on the existential train because I won't get off.
Hey, bro. I've been trying to get out, okay? I've been crying every night. It's healthy.
No, that's not.
I need to let the tears out.
I think you need to put more of yourself into art.
Yeah. Have you ever been a fangirl or have been part of a fandom?
Absolutely. The first one.
Wow. You don't. I have like a whole list over here, and you're already like, this is like my list.
What is that? Of all your fandoms?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I'm a busy woman.
You are a busy woman.
Since I was little.
All right. I'll tell you my first one,
yeah,
then you tell me your first one.
My first one? I don't know what my first one was.
You don't?
No. Oh, actually, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you're listing what was the first.
Well, and they're not in order. I just like put one side for like video games and movies and the other side all music.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, okay.
I would say my first fandom was SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay, I would say SpongeBob was probably mine too.
And I think I can
love SpongeBob.
Classify that as a fandom because I watched it every day. I used to
Bro,
draw.
we still reference it.
We still reference it. I mean, I used to every day.
You dressed up as SpongeBob.
I dressed up as SpongeBob. I used to draw. I got really good at drawing him and Patrick and not Mr. Krabs. That one was hard. I used to draw the characters.
I used to draw Plankton all the time.
Those were my first spec scripts because I was writing stories for them and putting them in their own situations that I came up with.
Okay, side note.
So
do you
fun.
remember on Nickelodeon when they used to like show you how to draw like SpongeBob
yes,
characters?
I do.
Because like
in Avatar.
That's
my other fandom.
Yeah, Sam. Same.
Sam.
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 Sam, I am. Will I am. I think my first ever fandoms, in no particular order, I do have it down. Avatar the Last Airbender.
Me too.
Harry Potter.
Ah.
Pokemon.
You're still in that fandom.
I know. I am. I took a break and then Pokemon Go came out and I'm like, hell yeah, brother.
Brother.
And SpongeBob, yeah. So.
Nice. Your first, I would say my SpongeBob, Avatar for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
still
like
very much
so
in that
obsessed
fandom.
with Avatar
So
Last Airbender when
obsessed.
we were little.
It was the first
Still
look
am.
for us as kids into a show that wasn't just like, oh, what do they call it? Oh my gosh, I should know this. But where there's a different story every episode and it's not reliant on the episode before.
Yeah,
you know,
but
this was
there's
the first
still
one.
like background to it, so like there's an actual story, but they're just adding on to it like each episode.
So yeah, like SpongeBob, like, you know, crazy stuff happens every episode,
It's just
like any kid's show. But
SpongeBob
Avatar had
is
like
like
a
filler
story.
episodes each episode.
Exactly. Avatar is like deep, and there's all these themes, and you're learning about like death and genocide and
Yeah, I love learning about genocide as a child. When the Fire Nation attacked.
It's important stuff, and it's like, oh, it's so heavy and good, but it's also comedic, and I swear that
we
is
have
where
to
I
do
got,
like a whole episode, well, a few episodes. We'll be like water,
yes. Oh my gosh, we should do
air,
a whole breakdown.
fire.
Oh yes, brilliant show,
But
not a kid's show.
No,
Not a kid's show.
But yes.
it is. But it's. I hate people that, oh, that's a kid's show.
it's definitely
So
a
much more
show
than
to
that.
watch as a kid, but also
Yeah.
a show to watch as an adult.
Yeah.
I think we had the best of both worlds, like us, like basically growing up watching Avatar the Last Airbender.
Yeah.
And like loving the story as it was for children, but then growing up and rewatching it and loving
then
the
you're
story as
like,
an adult.
Oh, it hits
And then I'm like,
different.
oh, mi corazón. And then you appreciate you appreciate a lot of the characters a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just so well written, and
So
growing up with it, each season becomes like more serious and darker, and they're growing up, and you're growing up with them, and what a privilege it was.
It's kind of
to
like
watch
Harry
it.
Potter.
Yeah. So you're a fandom. You're a fandom. You are the fandom of Harry Potter.
I am the fandom.
Tell me more about that.
I'm not really into Harry Potter anymore. J.K.
Okay.
Rowling is a little questionable now. Don't want to really support that woman.
So, did you read the books and then the movie?
So when I was
I
like super little when like the movies came out, but like some of the books were already out by then when we were small.
Yeah.
So I remember being at like my cousin's house and like we were watching the very first movie.
Yeah.
And I became like obsessed with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And
How
so
old were
like
you? Do you know?
I want to say like 5 or 4. Wow. But I just loved how magical it was and like just like the world building in that movie. Those like movies and the books, obviously. I was like, oh my God, I want to go there. And then like it kind of like fell out of that phase. So I like, kind of forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously the books were continuing like to come out and everything.
Yeah.
And I got to 4th grade and then that's when like my Harry Potter phase like really sparked.
Okay.
And
4th
like
grade.
that is when the Deathly Hallows book first came out.
Oh, okay.
So I was in 4th grade and that's when like the last book came out.
Oh.
And it was so cool because like my teacher in 4th grade, she like put us into houses like with a sorting hat and everything.
Really?
Yeah. And like I was like, I want to be a Hufflepuff, but she's like Gryffindor to me. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, sure, I'll be Hermione.
That's cute. You have her hair.
Yeah.
Free hair.
And so like we would have to like we'd get like points for each house and like there would be a winner, obviously, like the end
That's
of
so
the year.
fun.
But like it really
What
got
a
me
fun
back into
teacher.
Harry Potter and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember in 5th grade I wrote a letter to Emma Watson. And I actually got a autograph
you
signed by
did.
her. Yeah,
That's
it's in my
so
room upstairs.
sweet. Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
It's really cool.
That's
And I
so
got a letter
sweet.
and they're like, sorry, like Emma's like filming like I think the Half-Blood Prince at the moment. She can't write back, but here's an autograph from her, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, this is so cool, because it was like a project that we would like have to like write to like a celebrity or a political figure.
And what did you put in your letter? Do you remember?
Basically like saying how much like I adored her and like her acting and like the world building that she like made and like how much I looked up to her and shit.
That's so cute.
And I'm just like, ugh, Harry Potter. And now they're gonna make a remake of like the same thing. I'm just like, there's
Nick
so
just
much
sent
world to this. We already have movies of these characters. Let's like.
It's Hollywood greed.
I
I'm
hate
getting
it.
so pissed off at
I'm
Hollywood
tired.
greed. I
I'm
could do a
tired.
whole episode on that. Oh, like with Lord of the Rings, don't even get me started. But I feel like your Harry Potter was my Lord of the Rings because my whole
I agree.
childhood, my brother's 10 years older, and I would see him watching the movies and he would play the video games. And when I was really little, my parents would always say, Alyssa, go away because orcs are scary and fighting war blood. So I would have to go away, but that only piqued my interest more. It's like, oh, I have to know
That
about
reminds
this.
me of like my older cousins too. So like Bianca, Karina, Katya.
Yeah.
I think my cousin Michaela too. But specifically like Bianca and Karina, like they had like all the books. They had like the like VCR tapes for Harry Potter. Like they had those movies. And I'm like, what? And then like we were watching it and like my cousin Bianca, LOL, had the biggest crush on Daniel Radcliffe when we were little.
Oh my gosh.
So like we were into the fandom. We literally went to like the midnight premiere of the last movie too. So like I got to see like all the geeks and nerds. Like I was wearing my Gryffindor shirt with my Harry Potter wand and I like drew like a thunderbolt on my forehead.
So cute.
Such a nerd, but yeah.
So I'm jealous because I never got that with Lord of the Rings, that like community experience. It was very much like isolating, but I loved it. Like it was awesome. I finally watched the movies. I think it was 5th grade and I was hooked and I was in love with Orlando Bloom as Legolas.
Hey, he was hot. Okay, I do have to give it to you because I did watch some Lord of the Rings when I was little and I was like, who is this man?
I was just like, right. I have a giant poster still of him on like a horse with his bow and arrow.
Goodness.
But now as an adult, now I'm like Orlando Bloom in
Katy Perry?
the pirate movie, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
He's hot there. He's hotter there.
Caribbean.
I don't know.
I thought he was hot from that movie.
Yeah.
I thought he was hotter in that
Will
movie.
Turner.
Yeah, Will Turner.
He's hotter in that now, I think, as an adult.
Yeah.
And now when I watch Lord of the Rings, I think Viggo Mortensen is like, oh,
I don't know who that is, but
kiss.
yeah,
Aragorn,
sure.
the main character.
Oh, I don't. The main character.
Yeah, with like the hair that goes down.
The one where like
hair.
where like the meme where it's like, do you wear wigs?
No.
Oh.
No, but I love that.
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
Let me see this man.
That's Aragorn.
Of course.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
This looks like Sean with like long hair. Do you want me to read my list?
Yeah. Sure. You
I
want to
want
go
you
through all of them? Right
Yeah.
now? Okay.
Okay. Twilight.
Oh gosh, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I was obsessed with Twilight.
You were?
I was so obsessed. Like I had
didn't
Team
know
Edward
that.
shirt.
Oh, you were Team
I had a
Edward.
shirt of like Edward and Bella and like a sweatshirt, and then I had the the Twilight CD soundtrack, which is Chef's Kiss.
Oh.
But
Muse.
I kind of
Master
like
Blackmore.
yes.
That's all I know because I love
Yes.
Muse.
But the thing is, it's like when it got to Breaking Dawn, I completely fell off the fandom.
Is that the last one?
Yeah. I was like, no, thank you. Anyways, moving on. You know why?
Is it because of the freaky baby thing?
Yes.
I've heard of that.
And also just like don't like the Breaking Dawn movies whatsoever.
They're poorly written?
Nor did I like the book. I like actually stopped in the middle of the book because Stephanie Meyer doesn't know how to like signify when it's a different point of view. So I was getting confused. I'm like, wait, who is this? I don't know where I am anymore.
I'm lost.
Animal Crossing.
Oh, so when did you get into that?
COVID. So 2020.
I was gonna say because that was like a recent thing.
I
right?
love Animal Crossing. Stranger Things. I wasn't a big Stranger Things person thing, but I do watch like every season, and I love the music, the acting's great, everything, and I just love the stories.
Yeah,
The
me
story
too.
is really good. Star Wars.
Really, I didn't know you liked Star Wars that much.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Do you have a little thing up?
Blam,
No.
blam,
We should add these to our wall. You're like all your fandoms.
I mean, I'm not big on Star Wars anymore, but I used to be big on Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah, I had my face.
You had your face. I
had
thought you
my
said you had
face.
your face.
I had my face. Attack on Titan.
Ah, yes. You and Sean both.
You need to get into it.
I know. I know.
Love Attack on Titan. The storytelling. Oh my god. Just even my dad is shook. I got my dad into Attack on Titan. He's like, he loves it.
Really?
He's like, holy shit, what's going on? And I'm like, right?
What kind of stuff does he usually watch? Does he usually watch anime, or is this his first
This
venture?
is like his first venture of anime, really.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
you know, there would be like the classic like 90s anime that adults would watch, whatever. But like, it wasn't like he was into it or anything. But like, he's like, I've been watching all the episodes, and I'm like, you're watching them without me? Sure, whatever. I'm offended.
Okay. I will watch it. It's on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Game of Thrones.
Ooh, yes, Game of Thrones.
I love Game of Thrones. But I do have to say,
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the
as
last
a
season?
girl who is in different fandoms, that is the most toxic fandom I have experienced.
Really?
Bitch ass hoes. That's all I gotta say. Actually, I have more tea on the bottom, but I
Wait,
want to get through
okay.
all my
Okay.
music. One Direction.
Of course. When I think
They're
of
my
you and
biggest-
fandoms, One Direction is the one.
One Direction.
Tell the people about how involved you got.
I
unless you're
am
saving it
very
for
much
later.
involved. I had a whole ass Twitter account.
With how many followers?
Like, I used to have like 13, 14K followers on my Twitter account.
It's hard to get followers on Twitter too.
Yeah.
So,
Not if you know how.
and if you're just really passionate.
Jonas Brothers. They were actually my first concert ever.
No way.
If you
saw
don't
them in
count the classical
concert.
orchestra concerts that I went to when I was little.
Right.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, you were.
I
a
love
Swiftie?
me. I'm still a Swiftie, bitch.
Oh, I
The
didn't
fuck?
know
Hey,
that.
Tay Tay, if you're watching, love you.
Right. She's
Get me a
watching.
ticket, please.
Aren't they like $40,000?
I want to see your Eras tour so badly.
People are, like, selling their
it's killing me.
kidneys.
Like, bro, I'm about to sell my organs for Harry Styles and Taylor Swift.
Oh please! Oh my gosh!
My parents, who are divorced.
What?
Taylor Swift and Harry Styles dated like in like what, 2013, 2014?
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Lore.
Lore.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Gaga. I love Lady Gaga.
You're a little.
I listened to
monster.
Judas on Easter. You're welcome.
Oh, Claudia.
I'm like sorry. Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, here we come.
So I was gonna say that for me too. When you asked me if I had a fandom, I was like no, and then I was like wait.
LOL, JK, Miley.
Hannah Montana.
Montana.
Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus.
She
was
had me in a
obsessed.
chokehold as a
Same.
child.
Oh my gosh.
It's
like
the
bed
best
sheets.
of both worlds.
Bed sheets, lunchbox, backpack. I had the wig. I was her for Halloween like twice. Oh my gosh.
I had her, I think, as a birthday cake. I got
Diaries
her very
birthday
first
cake.
her very first Hannah Montana CD. I remember I got it for my birthday in 2006.
Oh, that's iconic.
And then the Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus album, Chef's Kiss, still listen to it, recommend.
yes, that was the first CD
No,
I ever
because
bought.
The songs are so good, like the Miley Cyrus side.
So good. So good.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely obsessed with her. I remember
Love
once I got
We're such nerds right now.
We're
like,
such
we're so
nerds.
hyped. We're like,
It just gets me so excited. Like, oh, it's just so fun to like
people
love
who are
something
listening
so
are
much.
like, what the fuck's wrong with them?
I remember I got into a really bad fight with my parents once when I was really little.
Oh no.
And I was like, I don't love you. I love Miley Cyrus. And my dad was like, what did you say? Yeah, it wasn't good.
I love Miley Cyrus.
What? Yeah.
I remember watching Hannah Montana like every day of my life. And like I would be singing, you get the best of both worlds. One day I wasn't paying attention and both of my grandparents were standing at the doorway like this watching me. And then I was like, da-da-da-da, and then all I hear is clapping and I look over, I'm like, oh my god. That's
Why
like,
have we lived the
that is
same
literally
life?
so horrifying.
Core memory. I have the exact same
like
core
choking.
memory, except it was a Barbie movie. It was The Princess and the Pauper.
Oh
and I was
god.
singing both
You're
roles.
just like me.
You're just like you.
I did like I thought the Nutcracker was superior out of all of them.
But
though.
I haven't seen that one.
My favorite.
Car?
Marina and the Diamonds. Or
You took some great photos.
She goes by Marina. You can
Marina,
put the
right?
photos here if you want. Marina, I've loved her since like high school. Paramore, loved Paramore since like 5th grade.
Aww.
She also liked my photo, and they invited me into a listening party.
Yes, they did.
And I'm gonna see them in May. I'm very excited in New York City.
Oh yes.
Lana Del Rey.
Same.
I love Lana Del. Oh, her lyrics just hit me.
God. It's so like
So sad.
nostalgic and I love Lana Del Rey.
I love
Lizzie
Lana.
Grant.
Yeah.
She was great as Lizzie
Yeah.
Grant.
And obviously Harry Styles.
Boom. Yeah.
Love me some Harry Styles.
You're a stylister. You're a stylist.
What the freak?
I'm making up
I
a
don't think
name.
we have a name.
Y'all need to get a name, and you need to be the one to organize it.
We already got directioners, okay? That's
yeah, but
enough
that's
for me.
different. It's very
Then there's
different.
like Bleebers. I was never into Justin Bieber.
Me neither.
Except for like the first album, and then everyone became obsessed with him, and I was like, ew, everyone's obsessed with him, so
You're
now
like,
I'm gonna stop.
I'm done with this.
I'm done. And you know what? I'm glad that I'm done.
Yeah, I never got into him. I like used to make fun of his like coconut head haircut. That's all I remember
he sings
from
like a
those
little
days.
girl, and I'm like, yeah, and he sings better than you, so shut up.
That is true. Yeah, all the guys were like, ew.
They're just jealous because they weren't getting any attention.
And he
I
did
wonder
it.
why you look
did a lot.
stinky.
No, he looks stinky. Full circle.
It's fine because all the guys who made fun of him still look stinky.
Stinkier.
Oh, yeah, stinkier. He looks stinky, but everyone
rich
else who made fun of
stinky.
him are stinkier.
Right.
It's just
They're
karma.
poor stinky.
Karma.
Karma.
Anyways, who are you into?
The Walking Dead was my shit.
I remember that.
Oh, and I'm mad because I didn't wear one of my many Walking Dead shirts.
Oh, I'm wearing
Once
a
I
Joji
saw
shirt.
you
I love
wearing
Joji.
Joji. I was like, oh, I should have done that. I loved The Walking Dead.
Ugh.
I'll tell you a little story
Okay.
that depicts how much I love The Walking Dead. So when it first came out, because I dropped off after, spoiler alert, after Glenn died.
Yeah, f- that shit.
2 episodes after, I was like, this is not the same.
That was
I'm done.
emotional damage right there.
Literally, I think that was a very poor choice on the writer's behalf.
Also
Like-
very gory.
It was very gory.
I was like, I wish I could
It's very
unwatch this and forget about this whole entire show.
No.
Even though I stopped watching at season 3.
I honestly think that as much as like Rick was the main character, I think Glenn was the beating heart of the show. The same way that The Office, my other fandom, I love The Office.
I loved The Office.
I think, like Michael Scott was the main character, but I think Pam is the beating heart of that show.
Yeah. I
Sorry.
agree because like
Yeah.
they really like focused in on her for like certain things.
Yeah, there's something about like the emotional core that she represents, maybe because it's like that's kind of like the viewer. You can put yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
She was
know.
more relatable.
Yeah, more relatable, and I don't know. It just seemed like to me it revolved around her, kind of.
Yeah, because we would go through like her pregnancy and her
Yeah.
wedding and like even like her abusive ex.
Yeah, and she goes from like
Art.
being meek and a pushover to like standing up for
Growing.
herself
Yeah,
and
she grew a lot.
a grown woman. And maybe it's just because we could probably relate to her more.
And like,
than-
go Pam.
Yes, I love Pam. But yeah, so The Walking Dead, I was so obsessed. I just got a laptop at that time, and every episode I would Google image the episode, and I would save as many stills that were like very like aesthetic, like well framed, and I would save the stills from the episode to my computer every single
I
episode.
would do that with like certain things.
And then
too.
I would load them all into my screensaver, my desktop screensaver,
Oh,
so they would be
you
on a
make it
loop.
Screensaver. That's so funny.
And it was every single episode. I had to do it. It was
That
like an
reminded me
obsession.
of like the one time when I first got my very first laptop, and this was when I was little. So like Avatar the Last Airbender was just wrapping up. I somehow like was trying to like find things for Avatar the Last Airbender, but somehow got a virus on my laptop.
no!
And I just know I like can picture the photo. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. I can picture the photo that I have as my like wallpaper.
Okay.
But like
The one that gave you the virus? Oh no.
and I was like, it's like Katara. Because I loved Katara.
Yeah.
I mean, I love everyone, but Katara was like, I don't know.
I love Katara too.
She just like I had a weird obsession with her when I was little.
I
along with
wanted the
Prince
hair
Zuko.
loopies. I would always try to do
Same.
it to
I
my
just
hair.
wanted to be part of the water tribe, and I also wanted her to date Prince Zuko, but like whatever.
No.
Yes, they were actually meant to be.
No, they were not.
Yes, they were.
No, I can point to
They
the podcast episode where the writer himself says no.
Yes.
No.
I don't care. Okay, water and fire are opposites,
Yeah, but
and there was so
they
much
have a great
more.
friendship.
There was so much more into their friendship that felt so much more romantic than.
Like, it could have been. And that's what's great about it.
Katara acted more like Aang's mother than a lover. And then suddenly at the end, they're like, let's smooch.
No.
And I'm like, bitch, where? When did this happen?
I have a question.
No.
When you're dating men, do you tend to go after men who need fixing?
No.
No?
Good.
You don't?
Yeah, but I'm not a fixer.
Because that's what all you Katang people are. I can fix him. I
Katang?
promise.
Okay,
Yes.
then you're a Katang person.
No, not Katang. What's this?
Bitch,
Sutara.
you called yourself out.
No, that's Sutara. That is.
I love Prince Zuko.
I'm a woman who
and
can
I
fix
love-
him. No, you cannot. He needs to fix himself, and that is why Zuko's arc is so powerful, because
I love
Katara does
Zuko.
not fix him. He fixes himself.
Yeah. What? So like, what does that have to do with anything?
What do you?
Exactly.
It's because the moment in the caves, in the cavern, that's when everyone's like, oh, Sutara, because she touches his scar, and she's like, I can fix it with the healing water.
I literally
but
have
he
been-
declines it, and that's what's so powerful about the moment.
I've been shipping them since book one, Water. I am not a follower like all these other people you're mentioning. I've been shipping them since he had the ponytail, okay?
No.
Okay?
It's not meant to
okay?
be. It's
I thought
not
it was meant
meant
to
to
be.
be.
Because I was like, ooh, enemies to lovers.
No.
I love it.
Oh my.
Anyways.
All my middle school writers are obsessed with that.
Anyways,
Enemies to
Prince
lovers.
Zuko was my first crush for animation.
Wait, mine was Danny Phantom.
Okay, that's
and then
pretty good.
I graduated to Zuko.
Mine was Zuko.
So I had The Walking Dead and then The Office, and I watched The Office as it was coming out. And I was like definitely not supposed to, because that's like mad inappropriate for how young I was. And I would just like sit there and watch it. So I was obsessed with The Office. But now it's like mad popular. It's like the most popular TV show ever. So I kind of like lost a little bit of steam, because it was like my little personal thing, and now
Yeah, now
know how it
everyone's
goes.
like likes it, and
you know how
then
it goes.
now that everyone likes it, people like to make fun of them for liking it.
Yeah, because now it's like, yeah, I feel like it's become a millennial thing now.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I don't wanna.
Like, no, I'm not.
I'm not one.
But I love it because it was like such a flop when it first came out. Like nobody understood it, nobody got it. It was so ahead of its time. That's why I loved it, because it was like weird and different.
Have you ever had any toxic experiences being in a fandom?
No.
I have.
I see a lot. I guess you could say I'm in the A24 fandom. Because all their movies are dope as hell, and I'm part of this fan group on Facebook, and like some of those people can be mad toxic and like competitive over, yeah, this movie's better and you're stupid for thinking that. And it's like, bro, this is art.
If
Everyone
I
can have
was
their opinion.
in
What?
that group, I'd be like straight up roasting these people.
Yeah, that's what they all do
I'm
though.
like, bro, shut up. No one asked for your opinion.
That's
Good
what they
night.
all do. It's like, oh my god, guys.
Like, my opinion is superior. Like, no one asked.
So you have had some toxic.
I've had some toxic behaviors like that I've experienced.
Okay. Tell me about
With the
it.
One Direction fandom.
Oh,
No offense,
gosh.
please don't come at me. I have a lot of friends who like Larry. And that's basically a ship between Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson.
What? What is that about?
Basically, they're like in a gay relationship, but it's hidden and it's secret.
Is there like, okay, keep going.
At one point, I did believe in it, but it was not in a toxic way, nor would I try to shove it down both artists' throat.
Okay.
But Larry got so bad that Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson basically could not interact with each other anymore.
Oh, that
as much.
sucks.
So it kind of like ruined their friendship, and that's what like made me like it could have happened. Like, I'm not gonna say no, it never happened. Like, yeah, it could have happened, but like people got a little bit too toxic with it, and people are still Larry shippers. One Direction isn't a band anymore, and it is 2023.
Oh no.
And
when did they break up? Do you know what year?
they didn't break up. They're on hiatus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think 2016.
Okay.
Here I graduated.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know why, but like, you know, being in the fandom, sometimes you get added into random group chats on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I got added into a random group chat, and guess what? It was a Larry group chat. I was like, oh no.
What the hell?
And I'm like,
Okay.
first of all, I don't know how I got here. I never tweet about Larry. Like, never give a signal about anything.
But they were like, she has 13,000
They're like, you know what?
followers.
She's cool. Like, we're gonna add her.
We're gonna add her.
Bro. Okay. Love you guys. Like, I made a lot of friends, and that's like the great thing about being in fandoms.
cool.
Like, you get to make friends. You have a community. You feel accepted because you guys all like the same thing. You have like, you know, like the same goals. Like, you're trying to support what you're supporting. Like,
Yeah,
if it's One
community.
Direction, we tried to get like their music video to #1. So like, have like the most hits, like, or most viewed or
wow.
something. Like, I remember like sitting on my bed, like constantly watching the same thing and refreshing and watching it and refreshing and watching it.
Wow.
Like, I was crazy. Okay.
That's a true fan.
But I was added into the group chat. When I tell you there was a thing called Larry Hour, you wanted to leave, but I was just like so entranced and curious. And when I tell you, they were posting like Larry corn,
What?
Larry corn,
Okay.
Larry edits.
Okay.
or they were saying like the weirdest stuff about Larry that is very inappropriate. And I was just sitting there like,
were they
feel
trading like fan fiction?
Yeah. And I was like, I feel very uncomfortable. And it was like the most graphic stuff.
Like out of pocket.
Like out of pocket, like photos, stories,
Oh,
things
what
they would say.
the-
And I'm like, what is going on? And then somehow someone got like a Liam follow, so then they added Liam into there. They were adding like guys from One Direction into this group chat.
What?
And I'm like, we need to stop right now. We need to stop. Guys, like, I want to get their follow, but I don't want to be part of this. But you guys are cool without this Larry hour. Like, I don't know what's going on. But it was just toxic.
That's wild.
And then there's this girl named Crazy Nicole.
Oh, okay.
She is not part of this group chat.
Okay.
Everyone knows who Crazy Nicole is if you're part of the 1D fandom.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Okay.
Oof.
Oof.
She is literally banned from going to certain shows.
Why?
Like,
What?
she's like a stalker.
Oh gosh.
And then she also messages, like, she targets people on Twitter and then makes like huge drama about it if you don't do what she doesn't like, if you do something she doesn't like, or if you like defy her or like put boundaries up with her. So like, I unfortunately had to deal with Crazy Nicole.
You did?
And she would like literally DM me. Luckily it was like pretty like not as bad as other people's experiences.
Benign,
It was
yeah.
so bad with other people's. Like, she would try to like get into their Twitter accounts, like all this stuff. So she'd be like, hi, I think I like you. Are you like part of the LGBTQ? And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not interested. And she's like, oh, but like blah, blah, blah. She would try to push herself on me a lot. And like try to get me to do shit. And I was like, no, get away. So then I'd block her. She'd make another account. This is why she's called Crazy Nicole. She has like more than 50 accounts.
What?
Yeah. And then she would add me again and then start the whole cycle over and over again. I'm like, bitch, leave me alone.
Oh no.
And there's like a whole thread about Crazy Nicole and her antics. Like, it is crazy. That's why we call her Crazy Nicole.
That's actually really interesting though, and like
It is
fun.
very, very interesting. Bleebers, this is a trigger warning, but Bleebers, I'm not part of the fandom, but I just like wrote down like random things.
Okay.
There was a point in time where Bleebers would, again, I said trigger warning, they would cut themselves for Justin Bieber.
I remember that.
So they would self-harm.
That's bad.
Yeah. That was really toxic. And there's like no need for that. Like you don't need to do that for people.
That level of quote unquote fan.
I don't even think that's even a fan
That's not
anymore.
even a fan.
Like,
That's like a mental illness.
I was like, you need to find help. Like, please get help immediately.
Yeah, you're like finding an excuse to like, do those things. Like,
so
you're just finding something to put it
yeah,
on.
and that's like basically one toxic trait of fandom sometimes. And then
Yeah.
there'd be like fandom wars. I remember that.
Were you a part of any?
No, I was just like, yeah, you're stupid, and then like looked away. So the Game of Thrones.
Well, I get like the Selena people maybe versus Believers. Was that a thing? When they like
I
broke
don't
up
know.
and there was all that
really,
drama.
I never paid attention to them because I was too busy with One Direction.
Yeah, you had your plate
I was
full.
like, I'm in my own peaceful world making memes.
Yeah. You're doing your
But
thing.
the Game of Thrones thing I wanted to mention.
Yeah. So what happened?
So I got into Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Or we both got into Game of Thrones around the same time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I made myself a separate Twitter account so I could just have it based solely for Game of Thrones. So it's not
You did?
meshing. Yeah. So it's not meshing with my other
Did
Twitter
I know
account.
this?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I would be like making like cute aesthetic edits, like all this stuff, and like people would like it. And so yet again, I get added into a group chat. I don't know any of these people, and I start becoming their friend, blah blah blah. Then suddenly someone in the group chat just wanted to start drama. No, I never talked to these people outside of the group chat. Like never in my life.
Right.
They're like, yeah, this girl, she's starting this. And this girl, she's starting this. And most of the time, I never really said anything. And somehow they're blaming me. So then other people were like DMing me outside of this, just like, did you know about this? What are you doing? And I'm like, bro, I can literally take a screenshot of my DMs and send them to you. There is nothing there. I am innocent.
Yeah.
And somehow I'm the one who was blamed for it all and got kicked out of the group chat.
What?
And so I'm like, F you, Game of Thrones fans. You can go yeet yourself. Because, like, see you later, Stinky. I want none of it. I want none of it. Like, literally, if you were in Game of Thrones, you'd probably get lit up on fire by Daenerys' dragon anyways. So have fun burning.
Oh my god. What the heck?
I was like, I'm here peacefully minding my own business. And they're like, you know what? I'm the toxic one who's most likely starting all the issues, but I'm going to blame it on this person. And I'm like, fuck you.
Like, who had what?
I'm like,
Where
you
do
have
these
way
people
too much
get
time
the
on your hands.
time?
I
Yeah,
was
where
like,
do they get
and
the
like
time?
other people, like, they left the group chat. They're like, we're sorry. Like, we know you didn't do this. And I was like, bro, I'm done with this fandom. It was nice meeting you. I'm going back to One Direction. Because you know what? One Direction fandom can be as toxic as it can be. 'Cause I've seen a lot of toxicity. But man, I've never experienced that before. I was like, y'all are bored. Have a nice life. I don't want nothing to do with you. But if you do want to follow me on my One Direction account, you can. And they did.
There you go.
So I was like, thanks, bestie.
So did you deactivate the Game of Thrones one?
No, I just don't remember. It was like White
down.
Wolf something. I don't know.
Okay.
So I was like, I love the Starks.
Oh, really?
Because I liked the wolves. But I also liked the dragons. So I was like, oh my God.
So what's interesting to me is I think we have very different experience, like roles and fandoms.
Yeah.
You are very involved.
I'm very immersed.
You're
Like,
very immersed.
I'd be going to like concerts, like all this jazz.
Yeah,
for
like you're getting
stuff.
in turn because of like what you do on social media with it. Now you're getting invited to stuff like Paramore and
Yeah.
like you're in these group chats. I am a very passive and
You're like,
solitude. When I say I'm a fandom, it's like, oh, I was like downloading every single picture I could find of The Walking Dead and saving it to my laptop. You know, like I never like had the experience of a community like that. So it's cool to hear it from you because that's so foreign
We have
to
like,
me.
we're like the best of both worlds.
But that's really cool. I kind of wish like I had, I don't know.
I don't
At least
know.
for one of the
I,
things
like,
that I love.
I enjoyed the community that One Direction gave me.
Yeah.
Because it was like a time from middle school to like the end of high school, a little bit into my first year of college. where I could enjoy something that made me happy.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I would, like,
And share it with
literally
people.
fight on the hill for One Direction.
Yeah.
For, like, people who would always, like, make fun of them, like, judge them, even though, like, they never bothered listening to them or anything like that. And it's just, like, I think the only reason why is because, like, they did make a community, but they also don't realize that they saved a lot of people. So, like, I was, like, I've gone through, like, so many hard times, but, like, I could always, like, rely on those boys. Because they would just do so, like, black man. They would do a lot of fun shit online. So, like, they'd do, like, live streams, follows, and, like, they would have, like, a whole, like, follow spree thing. And I'd be like, Harry Styles, please follow me, number 1. Harry Styles, please follow me, number 2. Harry Styles, please follow me. I got to, like, 300 and something tweets, and I still didn't get a follow. Harry Styles, I'm calling you out. You better follow me.
We're gonna put that on our TikTok.
Please.
Does he have TikTok?
I mean, HSQ does.
What's HSQ?
It's just, like, the group that makes stuff for him.
Oh.
Like, his management. Not management, but his PR team.
Okay.
Hey, have me work for your PR team. Please?
Please?
Please? Question mark?
Yeah, obviously you're good at, like, you know. It's very,
But,
I feel like it's
yeah.
very impressive that you got to 13,000 followers on Twitter just off of your passion.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. You know that's crazy, right? Seth Rogen laugh.
Stop. Now you sound like a demon. That ain't no Seth Rogen. What the freak?
Sounds like a lawnmower. Like a diesel truck.
What the fuck?
So you're reminding me, because I'm in solitude, I don't, like, think about my fandoms, but
solitude.
I was a huge Ariana Grande person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huge from, like,
Sorry.
from her very first music days on YouTube when she was on Nickelodeon, but she was starting to release stuff on YouTube.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And it was just getting, like, 200,000 views, you know.
Who knew she'd, like,
oh
blow
my
up
gosh, I was, like, obsessed with this girl because I was like, her vocals are insane.
like that? No, she's really good.
And then I kind of, like, stopped paying attention to her maybe, like, 2 years ago. I don't know, I just, like, lost interest, but
Yeah.
I loved her. And the Arctic Monkeys, too. I freaking love Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
I love them. I love them.
I love them.
I'm seeing them in September with my brother.
I'm
and
seeing them
Kirsten.
too.
What?
I'm joking. No, I'm not.
Aww. Damn it.
No.
But yeah, I'm going with my brother. So that'd be exciting because he's the one who showed me them when I was in, like, 6th grade.
Didn't you see
so
them
it's full
before?
circle. Yes. I saw them a few years ago.
His name's Alex Turner, right?
Yes.
He makes me laugh. He is comical.
He is.
Bro, when
Cute
he's
little
on
British
stage,
boy.
he reminds me of an old man.
Yes!
Trying to be young, even though
Yes.
he is young.
Yes.
He's like, la, la. And I'm like, bro, you know what? Please, hold your guitar again. It's a little cringe.
No, I love it.
It's funny, though, because, like, I like to roast him.
I love it. Well, I like to roast Maddie from
1975.
1975.
That
man is so cringe to me.
1975. I love 1975. I'm also part of their fandom. Also, to those bitches at the Boston concert,
Gosh.
F you again.
Yeah, we're revisiting that. F you.
And I hope that your whole house is stanky and you can't get rid of it. And your
Like
pillows
that
are
episode of
super
South
hot.
Park.
Yeah, sure.
There's
I don't know
poop
what
on
you're
the
talking
walls.
There's poop on the wall.
Yeah, it's South
Well, they look
Park.
like poop anyway, so.
Right.
Moving on with my
Moving-
life. Any last words?
Before I die? Before
No.
you execute me?
Before this episode ends.
Tell us in the comments.
Who was your fandom? Or what
Yeah.
fandom are you part of? Or
Are
who are
you
you mostly obsessed with?
A part of any
Please comment. You need to comment. Please comment.
Tell us, do you like any
Tell me
fandoms
more. Tell me more.
that we're in?
Does it love at first sight?
Are you a Claudia or are you
Are
an
you
Alyssa?
passive or are you immersed?
Yeah, what kind of fangirl / fanboy are you?
Or fan them?
I was really waiting for you to say that. Or is there fan Z?
fan them. Fan they them.
What kind of fan are you? There's literally just the word fan that we've not been using. What kind of fan are you?
I do have to say something about the anime community, and mostly the gaming community as well.
Okay.
You know, there's a such thing as showers and deodorant.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, have a nice day. This is a great episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, rate, because you know what? A lot of y'all watch, but y'all aren't subscribed, and it's free. You just press a button and boom, you're done.
Us.
And you get reminded.
Yes, it helps.
We literally pop up. So please help us. Help us.
Help us.
Help us.
Help us.
Help us. Help me.
Help me, I'm poor.
Peace out, home skillet.